The project that I'm partnering with Tekletics on is probably one of the most complex environments that I've ever been in, or in terms of data. It's been quite a challenge, and they've taken it head on and are doing phenomenal. It's interesting because I brought on somebody internally. He, as a senior kind of analyst / developer, about the same time, maybe 6 months before Tekletics started on this project. So he had about 6 months of time to kind of get in the data, get familiar with it, start doing some simple coding. And I would tell you, it's probably taken Tekletics half the time to get up to speed as it took someone that we hired internally. And I think it's a testament to their business model and how it's structured in kind of, chunks of learning and then kind of mastering and then moving on to the next. I would say in terms of a full-time employee that works for me, it took about half as much time to get them up to speed, Tekletics, as my internal team. I think one thing that I really, really appreciate about the team is the fact that they're so flexible. So I kind of described the complexity of the environment that we're in and how we're kind of dealing with all these different variables, and they will pivot immediately if something's not working. So, or if I have a specific request of something I need, we have a game plan going into the week, and if they're chugging along and all of a sudden I need something specific for my CEO, like he's asking for a specific data set, I can call Tekletics, they pivot, they'll do whatever they need to get me that data. Yeah, so when we were putting this project out for bid, I had 4 bids returned, Tekletics being one of them. And so in terms of cost, they were a quarter of the cost of my highest bid. So significantly lower than what my highest bid came in at. And then I would say the next closest bid to them, they were still between 35 and 40% below that bid. So a much more cost-effective route for these types of projects because of the model. It's been wonderful. Everything I've touted about their flexibility, their communication, that's what I needed in this project. I knew this was going to be a difficult project given the decentralized nature of my data structure. And they jumped in willingly. And we're to a point now where their juniors are working so fast that it's my team that's trying to keep up with them and give them more stuff that we need developed. I've had these juniors that have been building in my environment. They're trained in my environment and they know how to build in my environment, and we can keep them on to kind of help us develop into the future for as long as we'd like. And they can continue to build a pipeline of employees that I can hire in the future to continue to develop this or maintain it, either way. This is a different business model, but it works. I've had such successful results. I've used them more than once at different companies. And so, I would just say from my experience, if I could help anyone, I put a lot of trust in this company and the people running it, and I know that they'll get the job done. And if I can communicate that in any way, that's kind of what I'd like to get across, that they'll get it done, and they're going to get it done in the most cost-effective way that I've seen, which kind of helps offset some of the unease in the macro environment. They have absolutely knocked it out of the park. My C-suite is so pleased with the progress we've made on this project, and the fact that Tekletics has been able to handle the complexity of it.